Okay, we are going to start our practice session for part one first, then we will move to part two practice, and then for part three. Okay, yesterday we have done outer space and stars topic. Let's do another topic which is not common. Okay, news is very common topic. Evos. Okay, let's start with the topic. Anyone who would like to answer the question, you may raise hand. Anyone who would like to answer, or would you like to take my test first?
First, I would take to your test.
All right. So let's start with this topic. You can ask question one by one.
The topic is weather.
Yes.
Okay.
I am opening all the question. I will not see the answer. You can just ask all the question. Whatever the question you want to ask for me.
Okay.
Okay. Are questions easily readable for you, or should I?
No, no, it
Okay,
is
you can.
not visible.
Uh, sorry, sir.
The question is not visible for me. Okay. Right
Okay,
now.
you can ask those questions, then I can move to the next question when you will finish these questions. So you can start.
Okay. What weather like where you live?
There are different kinds of weather in my area where I'm currently living. There are four different type of weather, such as summer, winter, spring, and sometimes there is a rainy season as well. Most of the time, there is hot weather in my country from April to August, and after these months, the next 3 months falls in the winter season, and there is rain, but it happens occasionally, not frequently, all around the year.
Okay. Do you prefer cold or hot weather?
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I want to have cold weather because you can easily go outside and do shopping, while this is not possible in harsh season because it is very difficult to buy anything from street shops. So that is the reason I prefer to have cold weather. Sometimes I would like to go outside in summer season if I have some work to perform outside.
Okay, ma'am. Finally, move on. Do you prefer dry or wet weather?
I prefer to have wet weather because the atmosphere is very energetic and lively. And when you go outside, you can enjoy the nature during this weather. And in this weather, particularly, our leaves are clean after having the rain. So that is the reason this is most preferred kind of weather for myself.
Oh, are you in the habit of checking weather forecast?
Are you in the habit of?
Checking the weather forecast.
To be honest, I'm not the person who watch weather prediction in advance. Sometimes I came to know to my from my mother either is there is any rain next day or not, so that I can take umbrella. Most of the time, I do not like to see any kind of weather predictions.
What do you think are the effect of climate changes in recent years?
There are multiples in the recent flood in my country. A lot of buildings have been destroyed. Apart from that, there was a destruction to different infrastructures such as railway lines, bridges, which are used for transporting goods from one place to another. So you can say there were severe effects on human lives as well, as we lose many people.
Would you like to visit other cities that have different climates from where you live?
I would like to visit those cities to know about the climatic conditions, and I would also like to go in a muddy city where there is snow all around the year, and I have never found such kind of weather in my area. So I would like to spend a week in that city, but not my entire life.
Okay, ma'am. Can you move?
Right. What was
I
the
think
last?
that is I
All
think
right.
that is completely okay.
Okay, you can provide me feedback as well. Other participants are welcome to unmute yourself and you can provide me feedback. Then we can move to other participant for part one test.
I would say your speaking is very good. तो आप मतलब कि बिल्कुल जो मैं सवाल पूछ रहा था बिल्कुल ही उसके जो जवाब था बिल्कुल एक अप्रोप्रिएट जवाब दे रही थी मतलब कि आउट ऑफ द टॉपिक वगैरह बिल्कुल भी नहीं थी आप तो ये चीज़ भी बहुत अच्छी थी आपकी स्पीकिंग के अंदर
And what about other areas? Have you noticed filler words in my speech?
नो मैम मैं वो नोटिस नहीं कर सका फ्लेवर्स
So you didn't notice filler words as well.
ओ
Alright, so was my speech uh, clear to you?
यस मैम
So my words were understandable, all right. And have you noticed any grammatical mistakes?
नो मैम योर ग्रामर इज वेरी गुड
Okay, anyone has feedback for me? Thank you, sir, for taking my test as well as providing me feedback. Anyone has a feedback for me? All right. Anyone else who would like to answer for part one questions? I can take it.
यस
अस्सलाम
मैम
वालेकुम मैम।
Walaikum assalam, sir.
अच्छा मैम, ये मेरा फर्स्ट सेशन है लाइव। इससे पहले मैं आई हैव टेकन द फर्स्ट क्लास ऑफ दिस कोर्स फ्रॉम द फेसबुक पेज। तो वहाँ से मैंने एक सेशन लिया आपका, तो देन आई हैव हियर जस्ट बिकॉज टू कंटिन्यू दिस स्पीकिंग स्किल्स। I want to improve, and this is my first time. I have no any idea related to speaking. Just I have the overview of this module, in which we have three sections like part one and part one, part three, and I have taken your first session. तो मुझे मतलब कि इसको किस वे में आगे मैं इसकी प्रैक्टिस कर सकता हूँ। जो रिकॉर्डिंग में मैंने सुना है, आपने वो रूम से रिलेटेड बात की थी कि एक रूम बना दिया जाता है, उसमें दो पार्टिसिपेंट या आपस में वो कंडक्ट कर सकते हैं इंटरव्यू एक दूसरे का, स्पीकिंग से रिलेटेड।
Yes, I also talked about breaking out rooms in previous classes. And this is true when we have multiple participants in one session. So all participants can do practice within 1 hour. So we can create breakout rooms. So we are just couple of participants. So it is easy for us to take entire mock test for each other. So that is the reason I'm not creating breakout rooms. And besides doing practice, we need to focus on marking criteria to analyze our practice. Like these are 4 different parts, and you can see those lectures pinned in different pinned in the Slack channel, and you can find that sheet in which all lectures with their discussion topics are mentioned there. So you can, if you are new, you can just start practice. You can try to give answers. There's no hard and fast rule like you should be a expert in this skill in order to answer. Every beginner can join this session and can start practice. Others will provide you feedback, and even if you notice something negative or positive in other speaking, you can also provide feedback to others.
Okay, yes, ma'am. All right, sure. I will provide the feedback. Yes, but I want to know my speaking skills. I have taken the first session and I have taken a screenshot, like the part two module that you have discussed earlier. In the part two, I want to just elaborate a question that is about the in a hurry situation. I want to explain this question first and then I will answer just because I want to judge my speaking skills from your side. So I read the question. Can I read the question, ma'am?
So, why can you state again why you want to read the question?
Actually, I want to no, I want to tell you about what is the question, and I will answer the questions according to the scenario in which I want to let you know कि आप इसको मतलब कि समझ सकें कि इसमें क्या होने जा रहा है मैं इसलिए क्वेश्चन को रीड करना चाह रहा था.
Question or answer you would like to read?
Yes, I will answer later. First, I will read the question, then I will answer. Just I want to judge my speaking skills whether I am right or wrong.
All right, you don't need to worry about your speaking skill because
नो मैं जस्ट ये बताना चाह रहा हूँ कि जो आपने पहले डिस्कस कर ली है एक क्वेश्चन मैंने उसको मतलब कि अपने तब तो वो रिकॉर्डिंग में था ना तो वो रिकॉर्डिंग का पार्ट हो चुका था मैं जस्ट उस पार्ट टू को एक्सप्लेन करना चाह रहा हूँ कि अदर आई एम रॉन्ग और करेक्ट है.
all right, I thought you're asking about reading the question. Yes, you can let if anyone is ready to answer part one, then we will move to the part two, and then you can describe about part two.
ओके ऑलराइट मैम ठीक है.
Because we will start now practice for part two. If you have
यस
a question,
यस यू कैन कंटिन्यू मैम.
if
ठीक है आप
anyone is ready, yes, if anyone is ready to answer part one question, and if you would like to add anything in part one, you can add now, and then we will
ओके
move to
ओके
part.
श्योर मैम.
If you have any tips you would like to give other, you are free to add in part one.
ओके
Yes, yes, ma'am. आप मेरा टेस्ट कंडक्ट कर लें पार्ट वन का.
Okay, sir. So
Hello,
let's
am I
take.
audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Let me ask the question from your side, then we can move to part two practice so that we can cover entire test today. Let's talk about weather. What is the weather like where you live?
I like cold weather, but when I live in a Karachi city, so most of the time their weather is very hot. I would say 8 out of 12 months the weather is very hot weather, and there are only 4 months there the weather is cold. So I would say in my city they can offer only two weather. One is summer season and the second is winter season.
Do you prefer cold or hot weather?
I prefer cold weather because when you feel in cold weather, you can feel very energetic and your productivity is very good in the cold weather. And during the summer season you can feel very low because you can't move outside the home because the weather is very hot. So that is why I prefer cold weather.
Do you prefer dry or wet weather?
I prefer wet weather because in that scenario, so wet weather is very good for, I would say, it is very good for your health and your environment because that can reduce the some sort of deforestation and erosion that can very helpful for their plant growth. So I would say the wet weather is very good.
All right. Are you in the habit of checking the weather forecast?
No, I am not. I I can't. I would say I am not doing checking the habit of for. I would not check the forecast of weather because as usual, the most of the time in my city is very hot weather. So that is why I am not be able to check the weather conditions in my city.
What do you think are the effects of climate change in recent years?
I would say there are many effects that can impact. There are many ways the weather can impact on the climate. There are weather can impact on the climate change impact on global warming is the one of the most important reason the weather can affect the global warming, and the other is the hot weather is also a source of emission of greenhouse gases. So that is why there are two effects that can impact on our environment.
But would you like to visit other cities that have different climates from where you live?
Yeah, I would like to visit some northern areas of Pakistan because in my city the weather is very hot. So if I can move toward another cities like Murray, Kagan, so their weather is cold weather, and if you can change your weathers, and you can also enjoy a lot. And I am also visit some different type of the location where the weather is very good and the cold weather where I can see it.
Okay, so this is end of show part one test. So I would provide you some feedback. Um, in the last sentence, there weather is a cold weather. You can just say there is a cold weather. Okay. Another thing, you have certain grammatical mistake or sentence structuring mistake. And in there was a in the one in the beginning of the question, you can take the weather and then there was a something and it was not suiting. At that case, take should be removed. So you can restructure your sentences. I don't find any issue that you don't have ideas. Sometimes you start the complex sentence, but most of your complex sentence are related to because. So you can find another way to make your complex sentence with other words. Your fluency was okay, and sometimes you use certain words inappropriately. For example, you said rain is good for deforestation. Deforestation is the cutting of trees for um, different uses like furniture, or might be another reason, agriculture. You said rain is good for deforestation. I don't think so rain is good for deforestation, because when we talk about deforestation, it means we're cutting the trees. So how we can say that rain is good for deforestation? And same is the case, you can improve your answer. In the context of effects of climate change, you more talk about the things relevant to climate change. You should focus more on them. what are the effects of global warming? Like you can say, many industries have been built in the recent year, which is leading to increase in global warming. As a result, people lives suffer because due to the harmful rays, people are unable to go outside, and they cause harmful rays causes damage to their skins. They are faced with different issues like some rays are too much harmful, which lead to disease such as cancer if we are exposed to them excessively every day. So you talk about what are the effects if there is a global warming. You answer more directly to global warming instead of the effects on humans or other things. So your fluency was not a big issue. I that there were not much followers. You are able to convey your ideas, but there are certain areas in which you can improve in order to get good band. So let we read the answer before moving to part two. Sir Suleiman, you have raised your hand. Do you have any question or feedback?
Yes, ma'am, I have a question related to this document. As these questions have been written, can we follow these answers? It's compulsory.
It is not compulsory. We just go through the answers after giving the answer. We don't see those answers before giving the answer. When we finish our test, no, I will read the answers and we will find some words which are related to weather topic so that we can use when the same topic comes again in the future. But it doesn't mean just learning those words are enough. You need to use them in your daily practice. I
Okay,
reside
yeah.
in yes, sir.
Yes, I want to know. Yes, according to our nature, according to our situation, whatsoever we like, weather can we answer like some people like cold weather, some people like hot weather, and some people can like spring season or according to their nature. Can they answer? Can we answer?
This answer can be, what is the weather like? If they are asking what type of weather people like in your area, so then you can say some people like this, some people like this. But if they are asking about yourself, your preferences, your what you like, then you need to talk about. You can talk about in certain part, in certain time. I have to be in cold weather, but when I am facing some health issues as a exposure to cold weather, then I would like to have hot weather. So in that way, you can also describe your opinion. But most of you can say part one questions are related to yourself, while part three questions are related to general topic like what people like, what happens. So in that case, you can describe about if this weather question comes in the part three.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. I want to know this. As for my side, I like the spring season most. Usually, in the spring season, the trees are blooms, flowers are blooms, flowers are blooming, and due to this, the nature is looking very beautiful. And I spend most of time with the flowers. I can capture the photos from the different areas, like in the gardens. That's वे आई वांट टू से कि इस तरह भी हम इसको लेके चल सकते हैं.
Yes, if you like the spring season, you can describe about you like the spring season. And if they're asking what type of weather you like, but if they're asking uh, either cold or hot weather, then you need to select one preference for it.
ओके ओके ठीक है.
And if they are just asking what type of weather you like, then you can take any answer.
ओके ओके ऑलराइट.
Okay, anyone who would like to read the answer of first part?
Yes, ma'am, I can read. Just answers, ma'am, like I raised in Punjab.
Yes, I reside in Punjab.
Okay, okay. I reside in Punjab, which is characterized as a semi-arid region. The climate is predominantly hot and dry, except during the monsoon season when heavy rains transform the atmosphere into a hot and humid environment. This season shift brings a welcome respite from the typical heat, but it also introduces a level of discomfort due to the humidity. Overall, the weather can be quite extreme, making it essential for residents to adapt accordingly. Consequently, we experience a diverse range of weather patterns throughout the year. And then we have a second question. Do you prefer cold or hot weather? Ma'am, can we need to
Okay, let
discuss?
me discuss first question.
Okay, okay, ठीक है.
We have seen that how they answer this question, like which type of weather is in the area where they are living. So they talk about Punjab, where is a semi-arid region. It means there is not much rain, but it is not as few as it is in desert where the places are totally dry. So this is the word which they mentioned, semi-arid region. Apart from that, they said they have monsoon season. Like in Punjab, there is a monsoon season. It means when there is a heavy rain. So we can use such words while describing about with heavy rains transform the atmosphere into a hard and humid environment. This seasonal, okay, seasonal shifts is the another word which we can talk about when there is a next weather games. So we can use the word weather patterns, typical heat. Like we can talk about how summer season where there's too much heat, and then we can talk about different words which we can use in order to describe our answer. So let's see what is let we finish this part one answers as soon as possible so that we can move to part two. So strong preference for cold weather, as I find that I work more effectively and feel more energized in cooler conditions. We can say that cooler conditions. In contrast, hot weather often leaves, so we can also say hot weather often leaves me feeling lazy and lethargic, which can hinder my productivity. The inv- invigorating chill of cold weather seems to enhance my focus and motivation, allowing me to accomplish tasks more efficiently. Moreover, I enjoy the activities that come with winter, such as cozy gathering and seasonal sports. So we can also talk about in the context of that why we prefer cold weather, because we like to have seasonal sports and we enjoy them. Therefore, I genuinely appreciate the refreshing nature of cold climate. So they talk about cold and they provided the reason why they like the cold weather, because they can provide you energy. Yeah, your productivity is increased because you can easily perform tasks and efficiently because you are not faced with heat of the sun. So these are the reasons. So you can describe any reason which you think and why you think this weather is preferred by you. Do you prefer dry or wet weather? I have fondness of rainy weather, perhaps because I live in a predominantly dry region that receives minimal rainfall. The sound of rain can be soothing, and the sight of nature being rejuvenated by water is a quite captivating. Rainy days provide a refreshing change of pace, allowing for introspection and relaxation. Additionally, the joy of splashing in puddles or simply watching raindrops. Anyone who would like to describe the word splashing in puddles? Sense of childlike wonder. As a result, I find myself looking forward to rainy days whenever they occur. Anyone who would like to describe the word splashing in puddles? Okay, it is the just activity that you perform in water. So are you in the habit of checking the weather forecast? I don't check the weather forecast unless it is during the monsoon season. Rainfall during the time prompts me to keep a closer eye on the weather conditions. I think we have highlighted the weather condition words previously. Before leaving the house, I make it a point to check the forecast, and if rain is expected, I ensure that I carry an umbrella. That habit helps me to stay prepared and avoid getting caught in unexpected downpours. While I don't monitor the weather regularly, I do so diligently during the monsoon months. What do you think the effects of climate change in recent year? I have observed significant changes in our climate, with most noticeable being alteration of seasonal patterns. Summers have become increasingly hotter and leading to discomfort and health concern for many people. I distinctly remember that Diwali, a festival we celebrate in October and November, used to be marked by cooler temperatures, but now it often falls during warmer weather. This shift in temperature not only affects our festivities but also disrupts traditional activities associated with changing seasons. While the impact of climate change is becoming increasingly apparent in our daily lives. Anyone who would like to read the last question? I have highlighted some important words which we can use in while doing the
Yes,
practice of.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You have mentioned a word like uh,
Sir, your voice is not clear.
splashing. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Your voice clear?
Yes, now it is clear.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. You are asking about the word splashing in puddles. I want to elaborate it. Just spending extra energy while playing. So this is the answer. When we are jumping in water, like so, splashing means it's like jumping and spending an extra energy on any activity.
I got it, and thank you, sir, for adding it. It is an activity which we perform in water, in certain part of
Yes, ma'am.
water.
Exactly.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So, we have found some words. Let's move for part two topic. You can add your points, then I can start my practice. So, Suleiman, you can add points which you would like to add related to part two person.
Okay,
For
ma'am.
this.
Sure. Yes, I will. I will add. I will add.
Okay, you can add, then I can move to the next question.
So, ma'am, I need to write this last question. What are the factors?
No, sir, you were saying you would like to add some points for part two. Can you add those points which you mentioned in the beginning of the class?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, 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 yes. It was a question that is related to describe an occasion when you had to do something in a hurry. That's the question from my side, and I would like to add something, some answers that I have according to my nature, which I have noticed. That is about.
All right. So can we move now to our practice?
Yes, ma'am, exactly. I need to first write this part two. I need to read this. Okay. Describe an occasion when you had to do something in a hurry. You should say what you had to do, why you had to do this in a hurry, how well you do, how well you did this, and explain how you felt about having to do this in a hurry. So first of all, usually when I go to play for a football, I need to manage the teammates as well as the equipment in a quickly. So I need to call my teammates should arrive on a time within the specific time that's the opposite team that we have given to play the match. So in a quickly, I manage these things, and I would say by doing this, I manage the time according to the rules and the regulations of the game. And I felt like that by doing this quickly, I manage the time. That is important for the game awareness. And if we play the match on a time, then we can say we have follow the rules and the game awareness and the opponent team in a well environment way. So that is about my side, ma'am.
All right. So, upfront, it was okay. I didn't find any fluency issue, and in my opinion, it was okay. But you can speak a little bit more. You need to speak at least 2 minutes so the examiner can um, stop you. I didn't. I was not able to start the timer, but next time we can do this. If anyone other has feedback for Sir Suleiman, you can provide him.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Ma'am, it's my first time. I didn't practice any related to this session as well as the speaking. Just the little bit idea what the module is about. We have three parts. That's is all about. First time है मेरा ये speaking क्योंकि मैं next month में मेरा I am going for an arts. That's why I am here to prepare for the speaking.
Then it was good if it is your first time, because many people don't speak at a good level in their beginning stage. You can come here and do practice, and you can improve with passage of time. Okay, can you
Yes, ma'am.
start 1 minute timer for me so that I can start practice for part 2 as well? Sir, can you start 1 minute preparation time for part 2 for me, and can let me know when it will end?
Yes, ma'am. I need to conduct your test. That's all.
Yes. Just
Okay.
give me
I
1 minute timer to prepare my notes.
okay, sure, ma'am. I will read the question, then we can start.
Okay, keep in mind we have 1 minute preparation time.
Okay, okay, okay. What criteria should be set for students to win a particular prize?
Sir, I am practicing the question which is showing here. Describe a crowded place you have visited.
Okay, okay, okay.
I would like to go through the topic with this book, which I haven't spoke on it before. I would like to make myself comfortable on
Okay,
speaking
ma'am.
on similar
Yeah,
topic.
I will start. I am starting from this. Okay. Describe a crowded place you have visited. When you went there, with whom you went there, and explain how you felt about being there, or a place with a lot of people.
Okay, I'm going to start speaking. So when I started my master degree from a university, there was a orientation ceremony on the first day. I attended that ceremony, and it was about 3 years ago, back in 2021. I was not expecting that event, because initially it was cancelled due to some reasons. But when I entered in the hall, I saw a lot of people in that auditorium, and all of them were talking a lot, and they were interacting with each other. Every one of us new in that hall, because no one know each other, and everyone has first ever experience to attend this ceremony. And I was also able to meet with different people from cross cultures, and different people were speaking different languages. Initially it was very difficult for me to understand languages which I do not know about anything. Then they helped me to translate those language with the help of translator, and I came to know about their traditions and cultures, because this university was one who took students from different parts of the country, so we have different cultures in certain regions. So that is the reason I got this chance. So there were a lot of people, you can say thousands of, which I was not expecting, and it was making very difficult for me to move from one city to another city, and to another seat. And we were not allowed to stand up if we sat once, and that is the reason because when we move from one place to another place, we produce noise which is unbearable for the guests which are sitting in the front seats and addressing to the audience. Overall, it was an amazing experience for me because I made new friends, which I am still in contact, and I initiated a lot of conversations with them. And it was really amazing experience to interact with like-minded people whom I never get a chance. And the main reason is that because many people have degrees from diverse fields in their undergraduation, so it broadened my knowledge and um, provided me different perspectives regarding to different fields. I would say overall it gave me very good memories, which I will recall it when I will miss that event.
Okay, ma'am, that's a good attempt. Your influence is really good. And one thing I have noticed that is about the coherence is really important and the sentence structure. And I might be some sentences are irregular, one or two, just because when you are saying about the places or cities, I think coherence is much important. मुझे ज़्यादा आइडिया तो नहीं है, जस्ट मैंने जो मतलब कि मुझे लग रहा है कि इसमें से थोड़े से sentences का बस होना चाहिए आप में improvement. Otherwise, you did it really very well.
Alright, sir. Thank you for your feedback. You can ask me follow-up question for part 3, and then we can go through the answer, and then we can analyze how they structured it in this book.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
So I'm opening one by one question. You can ask me, and then we will go through the answers.
Okay. This is the first question. Do you think it is a good trend to have more big cities?
Of course, yes, because when we have a lot of people in cities, then there will be a lot of opportunities will be created for them, which will be accessible for everyone. So it is good in certain time, but sometimes these people can lead to traffic congestion when they hold a lot of private vehicles, and it also leads to strain on resources for governments, but we need to allow specific number of people in one city so that we are not faced with such kind of issues.
Okay. Do you think there are some people who enjoy crowded places?
Yes, there are certain people who will like to have in big gatherings, and they want to have a lot of people around them. But I'm not the person who will like to be surrounded with a lot of people. I think it varies from one person to another person. Some people have preferences to attend different events such as concerts, um, musical festivals in a crowd place so that they can enjoy with public. However, there are certain people who have health related issues and hearing problems, so they don't like to be among a lot of crowd. I think older people are the one who would like to avoid such crowded places.
Okay. Uh, why do people go to crowded places?
They want to socialize with other people. Some people are extroverts, so they want to stay in big gatherings and meet and greet events. But if they go to places which are full of people, they can have the chance to meet people from different cultures, as well as they can have to build different they can expand their social network, which later results in availing better job opportunities. These are not the certain reasons which are preferred by different people. Some people just want to get entertainment among people, so that is also the reason they go there and enjoy their life.
Okay, all right. Will people use bikes more or less in cities in the future?
In my opinion, there will be a huge increase in the use of bikes as traffic congestion is a big problem. And when you want to go to school or work, you need to have bike because you can easily move on the road at the side at the one side. And if there are traffic bottlenecks, then it is very difficult to move your vehicles quickly because you need to wait for long hours while there are a few paths which are just available for bikes. So I think it is a very convenient way and a fast mode of transport. So everyone would like to have bikes in the near future, specifically in urban places.
Okay.
Okay. Have you asked all the questions?
From my
Or is
side,
there?
ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Actually, ma'am, I'm the trainer on iCode Guru, and my class will start at 2 p.m. I am teaching the course Python fundamentals from scratch. तो मुझे उसको भी सेशंस को स्टार्ट करना होगा, but yes, I can try.
All right, so we have just few minutes, 10 minutes left. So you can provide me feedback based on my performance. Then you can go because otherwise test will end. And after that, if you after your feedback, I will move to just finding out some words.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. You did it really very well. आपने बहुत अच्छे से इसको मतलब कि एक फ्लुएंसी के साथ आपकी ग्रामेटिकल मतलब कि अच्छे सेंटेंसेस है, बट मैंने जो नोटिस किया मतलब कि कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट अगर हो सकती हैं. यस, एवरीबॉडी हैव सम डीमेरिट्स, nobody is perfect, so I think the sentences when you focus on you need to focus on more sentences and coherence. Just I think ये आगे
I
पीछे जो
did
हो जाती हैं.
sentences mean. Can you elaborate it more? I did not get
Ma'am,
your.
sentences, your grammatically is correct. Your sentences grammatically are correct. But I mean sentences mean here is that the coherence. मतलब कि एक sentence अगर आपने पहले बोला है जिसमें ये था सारा ये describe a crowded place you have visited, तो इसमें मुझे थोड़ा सा वो जो places का अपने cities को mention किया है या I think वहाँ पे कुछ आगे पीछे था. But overall आपने अच्छे से explain किया है इसको.
All right, so you are saying to bring coherence in my speech. All right. Are there any other ways, any other issues which you found in my speaking?
No, ma'am, you are right. You are on a right direction. इन्फ्लुएंसी बिल्कुल ठीक है. उसमें ये ज्यादा नहीं है कि जितना हम पॉलिसीज लेते हैं या इस तरह मतलब कि वो इट्स गुड. बट जो आपका इम्प्रूवमेंट है वो जस्ट आपका वो ये कि अगर वो जो एक आइडिया आप ले सकती हैं ना कि जो आइडिया को साथ लेके चलना होता है, हमने लिंक करना होता है. आई थिंक माइट भी वो करेक्ट हो जाएगा. वो इट्स नॉट अ बिग इशू फॉर यू. तो ये हो जाएगा आपके लिए, वो ज्यादा इशू नहीं है.
All right. All right, sir. And what about pronunciation part and having syllables? Are there existing really or not?
Yes, ma'am, your influence on a words are good. जहाँ तक मतलब कि वो अंडरस्टैंडेबल है. ये ज़्यादा ये नहीं है कि उनमें मिस्टेक्स हो रही हैं, बट ये है कि प्रैक्टिस अलॉट एंड इट विल इम्प्रूव मोर.
Sir,
मैं एक
where,
बिगनर मैम.
mistakes are happening? Can you say your last question?
Sorry, I not understand.
Sir, what the point you have mentioned recently? Can you say it again?
Ma'am, I have mentioned the coherence, how to we can link the first sentence or what we are saying. मतलब ये है कि मैं कोहेरेंस की बात कर रहा था. जस्ट मैंने वही नोटिस किया था आपने जहाँ पे आपने सिटीज या मतलब कि कुछ प्लेसेस आगे पीछे थी. आई थिंक
Sir,
वहां पे मुझे
after
अब ये लग रहा
Yes, I got your point, but I was
Then
just asking, what was the last point you have mentioned recently? It was different from coherence or not? I got your coherence point.
यस मैम इट इज रिलेटेड बट मैं कुछ जगह पे जो सर्टेन प्लेसेस की आपने बात की थी ना वहाँ पे कुछ आगे पीछे आई मीन के वहाँ पे स्पीचेस या इससे रिलेटेड या यू आर मीटिंग विद द डिफरेंट पीपल्स और यू डोंट नो मच अबाउट दिस पीपल्स एंड आई थॉट कि वहाँ पे कुछ आगे पीछे आपका हो चुका था बट मैं ऐसा बिगनर इसमें से इतनी ज़्यादा आप में से वो कह नहीं सकता कि आपने गलतियां की हैं जस्ट मैं ये कहना चाह रहा था कि अगर आप इसमें से कोहेरेंस को लेके चलें या सेंटेंस को मतलब कि एक लिंकिंग जो हमारा एक मेन टॉपिक होता है उसको उसी वे में लेके चले जाएंगे ठीक है जिस वे में वो है अगर इररेलेवेंट ऐड कर देंगे तो माइट बी इट विल क्रिएट डिफिकल्टीज टू अंडरस्टैंड द टॉपिक जस्ट ये अदरवाइज यू आर इन्फ्लुएंसिंग इज करेक्ट जो आपने वर्ड्स की आप बात की है तो ग्रामेटिकली भी आपके सेंटेंसेस करेक्ट हैं मतलब कि अंडरस्टैंडेबल है उनमें ज़्यादा ये नहीं है कि कुछ मिस्टेक्स हो रही हैं तो ये चीज़ें बस आप इनका इम्प्रूवमेंट आई होप सो कि आपको बेहतर पता है इनके बारे में
Yes, sir, I got your point. And some people are, when some people are habitual of listening to us, they become habitual of understanding every word of our speech. But if someone new person take your test, then he or she better analyze either your speech is understandable for that person or not. Because you took my test first time, so that's why I was asking as well regarding pronunciation,
यस
like
मैम
my was clear or not.
यस मैम योर pronunciation is clear it's not creating an issue but yeah it will in by doing the practice more.
All right. Thank you, sir, for your feedback. I hope so. I try to bring in my speech so that I can score better.
Okay, all right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's a great session, and I will participate in the next session. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, sir. So we have just a few minutes left. We can just see what words we can use in this context. So mostly they use crowded places word in this context or in one word which we have used quieter settings. So other than that, I did not notice specific words related to crowd. There are different words which can be used as in different question contexts where there are not specific words which we can use in crowded places. I think I have highlighted some words like what problems will people use bikes more or less in city. Will let's see what they answer. Cycling as a mode of transportation, escalating traffic congestion and environmental pollution. So, what are the reasons that bikes will be more preferred in the near future? Bicycles present a viable solution that promotes health and sustainability. Many urban areas are investing in infrastructure improvement such as dedicated bike lanes and cycling initiatives to create a safer and more convenient environment for cyclists. This shift could significantly transform urban commuting habits and reduce the reliance on motor vehicles. So let's see what the words they use in this answer. They describe about local market and they describe answer according to that context. But the one which I have spoke my topic, like my ideas in the place which I took was different. We can use crowded places. One. This is the one which I use. Another word just said people frog. So people frog is another word which we can use in this context if we want to show variation in vocabulary. So basically, what does mean people flock? A flock of people means refer to a large group or crowd of individuals. So you can say large group of people or individuals. You can say that crowd of individuals. So this is another synonym we can say that in this context. crowd of individuals. Lack of people means slash people crowd of individuals. So this is the meaning of this word. We have the time to end this session. I hope so. You learned something new from this mock test. We will start tomorrow. Love is everyone.